I will be going over making the profile page for the user and other users, which is basically one page, but for each user there's going to be multiple web pages. And so let's get into the coding. So we don't need this file. This was just to get us started with the header. So in the header, I'm gonna want to make the link go to profile.php, and oops, that is something you don't want to see. I'm gonna create a new file. I'm gonna call it the heck. Okay. I'm gonna create a new file. We're gonna call it profile.php. Okay. Oops, sorry. Done. So I'm gonna put it in a directory that I have saved. So first thing we're gonna want to do is include the header. And then we're gonna want to copy and paste the tags that we had. So we'll just copy and paste this whole part. And I'm just gonna get rid of all this. We're gonna get rid of all this stuff in the middle of the center tag. We're gonna want to keep everything centered, probably. Okay. So now I'm just gonna write wrapped text. And as you can see, we are now on the profile page. Okay, so basically we're gonna use a GET request to differentiate each user. And so each user will have an extension, a different extension of the URL. So to do that, we're going to define a variable called username. This is going to be different. I think we define a variable called user. So this is going to be username. So this is going to be used for the username that will be extended in the URL. So we're going to type in get u. So basically what this is saying, so I'll show you what it's saying. We're going to want to echo username. So it's going to say undefined u. We'll write an if and else statement so that it doesn't show up. So this is the URL extension. So profile.php, if we type in a question mark u equals, so that's basically, so get u is basically saying, is basically translating into this extension, and then whatever the user types in will be echoed as a string on the page. So control is going to be right there, control. Okay. Probably going to want to echo this inside the center tags. Yeah, that was wrapped properly. So we're gonna say if username is not equal to anything, so that means if it's equal to something, we'll do nothing else. So if it's just profile.php, it's gonna just take the user to its own profile, because that's typically what other social networks do. So header location profile.php $u equals, then the dot is used for concatenating, so username. Let's see if this works. So localhost redirected too many times. So basically it's saying that this was blank a bunch of times. So let's check if it's equal to nothing, and then let's reverse the statement. And the same error appears. Okay, if okay, let's define a variable. I'm not sure if we defined it earlier. I don't think we have on the header page. Let's define user. So if do nothing user. Okay, this works perfectly now that we use the user variable. Yeah, that was an error by me. Should have been the user variable. I don't know what I was thinking. So buck. Okay, so now that we have that it prints out the user, we're gonna wanna go to the database, and we're gonna put some more columns in for the user. We go to structure. Let's add one new row for now. We're gonna call the type is gonna be text. The name of it's gonna be bio. So this is gonna have the user tell a little bit about himself, his or herself. The collation is going to be UTF UTF-8 general CI. Save this. Okay, so now we're gonna query for the bio. So I'm just gonna type in this is my bio just for now, and we're gonna have the user edit their own bio later. But just to show you how to query for a bio, basically we're gonna create query, and since this is not used inside of an if statement like all the queries so far, I think in this project, or most of them, have used, we've defined the query inside an if statement. So this one is not going to be inside an if statement, so we can't just type in query like this. We're going to call it Let's call it bio query and set that equal to MySQLi query function. First parameter is connection variable. Yeah, that reminds me, we have to include con.php, which is our connection to the database file. And second parameter, select all where user, select all where username, where username equals user. So basically, we're gonna select all because we need a. This is more efficient. Or let's not name this query bio. Let's name it user query, because we can, if we select all, then later on we can query for different columns or in different rows in the database, or different columns which contain the user's information. So we're going to call this one user result. I'm going to set this equal to MySQLi query, or MySQLi fetch a sock, which means MySQLi fetch associative. So the parameter for that is user query, so whatever the query was. And now we're going to set bio, so this is getting it as an array, so we're going to set bio to user. Oops, what the heck happened? Okay, set bio to user result, this array right here. Bio, and we're gonna want to echo first a line break, then bio, and we're gonna style this later. I believe we added it for control MySQL fetch associative boolean given. Oh, sorry, I forgot to put from users. Okay, refresh this. As you can see, it prints, this is my bio. And so now we're gonna have, so first of all, let's have these being echoed within the HTML. So h1, I'm just gonna set a header for the user for now. I'm gonna echo username, and we're gonna line break, then we're gonna echo the bio, and Control should be bigger. So I don't think we need this line break since we added a tag. It's automatically gonna break a line.